So I would like to call this the build, measure, learn loop for strategy making, right? And so the first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that before we invest a single dollar in innovation, we take a point of view about where the world is going. Right? We have to take a point of view about where the world is going. What are the trends that are impacting our business? And what are the things that are coming up in the future that we think we need to respond to? What products in our portfolio are declining that we need to fix, right? We need to take a point of view about that. And then after we take a point of view about these trends, we then need to take a specific point of view about how we're going to use innovation to respond. And I call this the innovation thesis. It's actually based on the venture capital notion of investment thesis. If you're a venture capitalist, the whole time you're getting pitched startup ideas by 1,000 people, you can't invest in everything, so you have to make a decision about the kind of things you invest in and the kind of things you don't invest in. And large companies don't really do this. They don't have an innovation thesis, right? But also the reason why we like to call it an innovation thesis versus a law is because an innovation thesis is a hypothesis about the future and how we're going to use innovation to respond to that future. And so the investment decisions that we make into these startup teams become experiments on our innovation strategy. So the startup teams are running experiments on their business models, but we as investors and leaders are using those startups as experiments on our innovation strategy. And so we make these investment decisions, we review how successful these things are, and then on a quarterly or biannual basis, we get together and review our portfolio and actually what's going on there, and then iterate the thesis or just keep going and scaling that thesis.